Jacksonville will turn to their southpaw tonight to try and stave off a second straight series loss. And that's tonight's pitching matchup.
No score, bottom of the first inning from Mobile. The Suns were set down in order by the starting pitch. Right to match that in this bottom of the first inning is he'll face Raul Navarro, Socrates Brito, and Brandon Drury. No score from Mobile. Skipper Smith makes his second ever start against the Bay Bears. Last year, Smith had a loss, and it was at this stadium, had a tough go of it against Mobile. So they have on base Raul Navarro. Shortstop returned in a fine play defensively for Mobile to begin the ball game. A hard-hit grounder by Kenny Wilson. Smith, the lefty, into his windup. First pitch fastball missing high and outside for ball one. Navarro hitting .277. He has no homers to go along with 5 runs batted in. He's back in the lineup after not playing the last 2 games. Fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Sean Jamison has been the shortstop the last 2 days for Mobile. Now it's Navarro back in and back in Jamison's spot in the batting order. Leadoff spot. Fastball taken for a strike. It's now 1-2 on Navarro. Leads off. Bottom of the first, no score between the Suns, Bay Bears, and Mobile. Smith is 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, swinging a miss, strike 3. Picking it up is Chris. The catcher throws on the first to complete the put out in time as Navarro strikes out. That's a good way for Chipper Smith to start his time on the mound as he makes his 6th start of the season tonight. One gone, Socrates Brito to the plate. We have no score in the bottom of the first. Jacksonville defensively has Matt Eagle playing in left, Kenny Wilson, the center fielder, Carlos Lopez in right field. David Adams at third base, Austin Nola at shortstop, Justin Bone getting started second. Here's a drag bunt by the left-handed batter Rito, picked up by the pitcher Smith. He throws on to first in time. In time, and Brennan Miller ruling out. Robbie Hammock runs over, and that looked to be a missed call at first base. Rito looked to be clearly safe. Robbie Hammock in a furious argument right now. Careful, he'll get ejected in the bottom of the first inning. Rito laid down a nice bunt right in front of home plate, almost a drag bunt along that first base line. Chipper Smith, the only man that can get to it in time. He had a great spin, a great throw to first. We have no video replay system here in Mobile, so I can't take another look, but certainly on the first glance, it looked like Rito beat the throw. So that's a good break for the Suns as the speedster Socrates Brito's retired. Robbie Hammock, the Bay Bears manager, has run back to his spot along the third base line. Home plate umpire Ryan Addison.
Welcome back to Mobile. We're in the bottom of the second. The Jacksonville Suns have a 1-0 lead to work with over the Mobile Bay Bears. Do want to make one correction on the lineup. It's actually Ronnie Freeman that is starting behind the plate for the Bay Bears. Just told that in between innings. Thomas was a late scratch, so it's actually Ronnie Freeman in the lineup. And Freeman is batting in the 8th spot of the order, so that's the only change. Mark Thomas, the veteran catcher, is not in. So again, we're just told that by the Bay Bears official score. It'll be Rudy Flores, followed by Gerson Montilla, then Zach Borenstein, all due to the plate. In the bottom of the second against Chipper Smith. Lefty-to-lefty matchup, and the first pitch missing just low for ball 1. Rudy Flores hitting .250, 4 homers to go along with 17 runs batted in. He's had a great series already against Jacksonville. He takes a fastball just off the plate, and the count's at 1 ball, no strikes. Flores, a great series, helped by a good performance last night, going 3 for 5. 3 runs batted in. He scored 3 runs. He swings here. A fly ball going into right field, falling in for a base hit. Mobile with a leadoff single to begin its bottom of the second. Flores now 6 for 13 at the plate in this series. And last night he had a pair of home runs to help Mobile's 11-4 win. Someone that's had plenty of home runs coming to the plate now, and Gerson Montilla. Montilla entered this series with only 1 homer. He also entered the series hitting .196, 1 homer, 4 runs batted in. Now he's hitting .211 with 4 homers, 12 RBIs. Swings to the first pitch and pops it up here behind home plate. Chris will flip the mask, and he makes the catch near the backstop. 1 pitch necessary to retire Gerson Montilla, who's been 3 for 11 with those 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. Now Zach Borenstein up. Bay Bears trailing the Suns by a 1-0 score. We're in the bottom of the second for Mobile. the roster yesterday from AAA Reno. And his time in Mobile this year, he's hit .438, no homers, and 1 run batted in. Smith working from the stretch. The Sun starter delivers. First pitch fastball runs high and inside and hits Borenstein. Borenstein hit by the pitch just on his right forearm. That's the 5th batter that Chipper Smith has hit this season. 5 hit batters, way more than any other Suns pitcher. Well, Borenstein getting hit. Now there are 2 men on base, with only 1 gone, and Todd Glazeman, the former Montgomery Biscuit, to the plate. Suns 1, Bears nothing. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning from Hank Aaron Stadium. Smith working from the stretch. 2 men on base with only 1 gone. First pitch to the right-handed batter, a fastball, 4-strike 1. Chipper Smith selected by the Marlins, 38th round of the 2012 draft out of Cumberland University, an NAIA school in Lebanon, Tennessee. Smith stands at 6'2", 195 pounds. He's 25 years old, originally from Lancaster, California. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swung on, and pops foul behind home plate. Now 0-2 on Glazeman. Center fielder is hitting .150 on the season for the Bay Bears. No homers to go along with 1 run batted in. 2 on with just 1 gone. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Smith getting ahead of Glazeman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball just off the plate, low and outside. It's now 1-2. Not a bad location by Smith. It works with a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. Don't have a radar gun scoreboard to give you the velocity of every pitch for Chipper, but all 3 of his pitches pretty distinct speeds. Fastball touching 90, changeup in the low 80s, and the curveball in the low 70s. Here's a curveball that swung on and popped up into foul territory, first base side, well out of play. Remains 1-2 on Glazeman. Smith 2-0 on the season, enters tonight with a 4.10 ERA. 26 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 12 earned runs on 21 hits. Comes in tonight with 23 strikeouts compared to 10 walks. Batters against Chipper Smith, only hitting .212 on the season. 1-2 pitch, fouled back behind home. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Flores is at second base. He started the inning with a single. Borenstein hit by a pitch a moment ago. He's at first. Suns 1, Bay Bears nothing here in the bottom of the 2nd from Hank Aaron Stadium. For a long stare in, Smith set to go. 1-2, he continues to be ahead of Glazeman. Here's a curveball that swung on, a bouncing ball down the 3rd base line. It's a fair ball, kicking off the glove of David Adams. Adams has to chase it down in foul territory. Flores scores from second, and this game is tied at 1. That was a well-hit ball. They're going to give an infield single or a single to Todd Glazeman, so he'll pick up the RBI. No error, it appears, on David Adams as he tried to make a backhanded stab running down that 3rd base line behind the bag. Very well placed by Glazeman as he brings home Flores. Also, Borenstein moves to second base on the hit. It's tied the game at 1 in this bottom of the 2nd inning. Now Ronnie Freeman, catcher to the plate. Freeman hitting 243, no homers, 3 runs batted in. Right-handed batter, first pitch fastball, just off the plate from lefty Smith for ball 1. Bay Bears and Suns all even at 1. Suns getting a run top of the inning. Now Mobile answering here in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-0. Smith will look back to second base. Now the pitch. High off the plate. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Chipper Smith making his 2nd start of the road trip. Chattanooga, he went 4 1/3 innings pitched, but allowed 8 runs. 5 of those were earned on 6 hits. And that crazy back-and-forth game that saw 6 lead changes, and the Lookouts eventually won 14-13. 2-0 pitch, fastball, hit foul by Freeman. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Saw Freeman in the starting lineup last night after Mark Thomas caught the first 2 games of the series, and Freeman had a good performance. He went 2 for 4 and scored one of Mobile's 11 runs. This game tied at 1, in the bottom of the second, but Mobile has two men on base with only one gone. Smith will look back to second, and now the pitch. Fastball taken for a strike. It's 2-2. Chipper Smith probably all right to see that Mark Thomas was a late scratch from the lineup. Last year, Thomas wore out Chipper Smith, going 2 for 2 with a pair of home runs, including a grand slam. He had 6 runs batted in against Chipper Smith last year. 2 on with 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Low changeup off the plate. Chipper Smith records his second strikeout. Now there are 2 gone in the bottom of the second inning. That'll send the pitcher to the plate, Braden Shipley. And now style baseball once again between the Diamondbacks and Marlins AA affiliates in Mobile. Shipley at the plate so far this season, hitless in 3 at-bats. He has been hit by a pitch. He's got Borenstein at second base. Glazeman, his RBI single, tied the game at first. That swung on, popped foul by Shipley, and it's 0-1. Overall for his career, Shipley is 1 for 9 at the plate. That one hit, a home run. He had that last year in just his second AA start with the Bay Bears. It was at Pensacola off of Daniel Corsino. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. No balls, 1 strike, that swung on, fouled away. And it's quickly 0-2 on Braden Shipley as that once again went down the right field line. Borenstein at second, Glazeman at first, 2 gone. We're in the bottom of the second inning from Mobile. This game tied at 1 between the Suns and the Bay Bears. The 0-2 by Smith, fastball right down the middle, taken for a call, 3rd strike. That'll end the inning, but the Bay Bears answer the Suns in this bottom of the second thanks to an RBI single by Todd Glazeman. Welcome back to Mobile. We're in the bottom of the third between the Suns and the Bay Bears on this Friday night. Really nice crowd on hand for the Mobile Bay Bears. Last few crowds have been in the 100s. This should be in the thousands. Loud, boisterous crowd watching a good ball game shape up between the Suns and Bay Bears, tied at 1 as we begin the bottom of the third and the top of the order. Due to the plate for Mobile, beginning with Raul Navarro. Navarro struck out swinging his first time up. Here's a swing and a hard grounder up the middle past Smith on the mound and into center field for a base hit. That nearly hit Chipper Smith as he had to really lunge away from the baseball. Sharp single up the middle. Once again, the Bay Bears get the leadoff man on base. An inning ago, Rudy Flores was the first of 6 batters to come to the plate. He started the inning with a single. Now a man on for Socrates Brito. Controversial play in the first inning. Brito laid down a bunt. Drag bunt along the first base line. Smith, the pitcher, picked it up, threw on at first, and well, indications it looked like Brito was safe. Here's a throw to first. Navarro back to back safely. But the first base umpire, Brendan Miller, ruled that Brito was out after a long argument by Robbie Hammock. Brito was indeed out. Here's the first pitch, missing low and off the plate for ball 1. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Brito going up against Smith. Socrates Brito, native of the Dominican Republic, hitting .279, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. Number 19 Diamondbacks prospect. 1-0 pitch is swung on, a soft fly ball going into center field. A few steps into left center. Kenny Wilson runs in. The center fielder makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 gone. Brandon Drury will be up. Suns and Bay Bears tied at 1, bottom of the third. We have now dark blue skies overhead as we start tonight's game 30 minutes later than the previous 3 days. The previous 3 days all getting going at 6:35 local time. Today more of a traditional 7:05 start time here in Mobile. 1 gone, Drury up. He has Navarro at first with 1 out. This game tied at 1. Here's the first pitch, lefty to right. Swing and a miss. A curveball just off the plate. Strike 1 to Drury, who grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Here's a throw to first. Navarro goes back to the bag just in time. Smith last year, some good time with Jacksonville on the mound. Going 3-4, had a 4.27 ERA. First really made an impression though with Jacksonville. He had to come up to replace Anthony DeSclafani in the starting rotation after he had been a reliever with Jupiter. Breaking ball in the dirt, big swing and a miss by Drury. Now it's 0-2. That first start, he really set the tone against Pensacola on May 16th. He went 5 2/3 innings, allowing just 2 earned runs, struck out 6 batters compared to 1 walk. At the time, the Suns' starting rotation, even though it was very highly regarded with the excellent prospects up and down, DeSclafani, Andrew Heaney, Justin Nicolino, Jose Urena, and Angel Sanchez. Here's a throw to first, runner back in time. Even though Baseball America had all of those guys among the top 16 Marlins prospects entering the year, they were all struggling at various times. Nicolino, Urena would get on track. Heaney would eventually go to the majors and then AAA. Here's a fastball swung on, a hard grounder rolling into right field for a base hit. Drury singles, Navarro goes to second base. Now 2 on with only 1 gone, and Rudy Flores, who's been a Suns killer this series, coming to the plate. It's now the 4th hit against Chipper Smith in just 2 1/3 innings of work. Smith came in and just had a kind of a fresh approach. His next start, he was excellent at home against Jackson, went into the 7th inning, only allowed a run, struck out 6 batters, and then had 2 wins in a row against the Biscuits and the Blue Wahoos. First pitch swung on by Flores, a grounder to the third baseman. Adams has it on the second for 1. Bone is thrown to first, gets away from Rosa, rolling behind the bag, and that allows the Bay Bears to take the lead. Navarro scores from third base, and now it's the Bay Bears in front of the Suns 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. The Suns were trying to turn 2. Jacksonville could not do so. There'll be an error, likely charged on Justin Bone on that throw. Flores will reach safely on a fielder's choice. No RBI. Drury out at second base 5-4, and the E4 will be what allows Navarro to score from third base. The Bay Bears in front by a 2-1 score. There are 2 gone now in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner takes off for second, pitch taken low for a ball. Chris is throw on to second base in time, and Bone applies the tag to end the inning as Flores is caught stealing for the 2nd time this year. A prompt end to a bottom of the 3rd that saw Mobile take the lead thanks to a throwing error. We now move to the top. We'll get back to Mobile. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Jacksonville Suns and the Mobile Bay Bears tied at 2. The Suns have tonight's ball game, and then tomorrow night an 8:05 start time. Suns will have Kendry Flores on the mound as Jacksonville says goodbye to this 10-game road trip. This is night 9 of 10 on the road for the Suns after the first 5 were spent in Chattanooga. And the Suns will have Sunday off, and then Monday it's the Pensacola Blue Wahoos in town. Wahoos 5 games from Monday through Friday. Certainly hope you join us for baseball at the baseball grounds. To get tickets, call 358-2846 or go online to jacksuns.com. We begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Gerson Montilla at the plate. First pitch curveball just off the plate from Suns lefty Chipper Smith. Ball 1. Montilla was at the plate, but Flores was caught stealing to win the 3rd, so he leads off this 4th inning. A curveball again from Smith. This one misses high, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Suns defensively at Matt Engel in left, Kenny Wilson in center field, Carlos Lopez in right field. Fastball just off the plate. It's now 3-0 to Montilla. Smith has not walked a batter so far tonight. He has hit one. Now behind the count 3-0 is pitch. Fastball right down Broadway. 3-1. David Adams at third base. Austin Nola at shortstop. Justin Bone at second base. Via Sergio Rosa at first, catching Chad Chris. Fastball swung on. Popped up into foul territory down the first base line onto the roof of the Hank. Now the count's full at 3-2. After it was 3-0, now a payoff pitch on the way by Chipper Smith. Fastball missing just low and inside, ball 4. Hits a leadoff walk to Gerson Montilla, and now 3 innings in a row. Leadoff man has gotten on base against Jacksonville and Smith. And for the Bay Bears in the 2nd and the 3rd, leadoff singles by Flores and Navarro. Both of them would end up scoring, resulting in the 2 Mobile runs so far. 2-2, this game tied between the Suns and Bay Bears in the bottom of the 4th. Now lefty hitting Zach Borenstein up. Runner at first and nobody else. Lefty to lefty, the first pitch. Fastball taken for strike one to Zach Borenstein. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Suns. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Bay Bears. Mobile tied with Biloxi in first place. Might shape up to be a Shuckers and Bay Bears race. Breaking ball misses off the plate. After this series is done, there will only be 40 games left in the first half. We are getting very close to the midway point of this first half. As a matter of fact, after the Wahoo series is done next Friday, we'll be exactly halfway through the first half of the season. Throw to first, runner back in time. And right now, the Bay Bears and Shuckers 4 games up on the Braves. Biloxi and Mobile playing at a high level. Everyone else in the South Division trying to keep up. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball hit high, but fell. Out of play down the left field line. 1-2 to Borenstein. It's not exactly the case in the North Division. The last place team, there's actually a tie for 4th between the Barons and Generals. They're only 2.5 games back. Well, they would be firmly in 3rd place or closer than Mississippi is in the South Division. 1-2 pitch, missing inside. It's now 2-2. In the North Division coming into today, the Smokies have a half-game lead on the Lookouts. Tennessee just over Chattanooga. The Biscuits 1 game back. Barons and Generals tied for 4th, only 2.5 games back. North looks to be wide open. Now the 2-2, fastball upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Borenstein. Chipper Smith walks the first man of the inning. Garrison Montilla now in danger of walking Borenstein, who he hit with the very first pitch of the last plate appearance for Borenstein back in the 2nd inning. 3-2. Runner goes. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike throw on to second. Not in time to get Garrison Montilla. He will steal the base as Borenstein strikes out looking. Ty Glazeman tied the game with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Now comes up. Right-handed batter will have Montilla at second base with 1 gone. This game tied at 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Lefty to righty, swung on, a slow roller going to the second baseman. Bone picks it up, throws to first in time to get Glazeman. Montilla will advance to third base on the ground out. Now 2 gone, Montilla at third, and the batter will be catcher Ronnie Freeman. Sons of Bay Bears tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 4th for Mobile. Chipper Smith trying to get through a scoreless bottom of the 4th. He got the Bay Bears in order 1-2-3 in the first. Labored a bit in the last 2 innings, seeing Mobile score a run in the 2nd and the 3rd. First pitch curveball off the plate. Big swing and a miss by Freeman for strike 1. Suns and the Bay Bears in this 4th meeting of this 5-game series. And overall, there will be 20 games played between Jacksonville and Mobile this year. Time called, and the Suns against Mobile really need to make this meeting count, because this is the only time the Suns will play against Mobile in the first half. Here's go 1. Breaking ball swung on, a soft fly ball going into right field. Running in Lopez, he has time, he runs in, makes the catch, and that ends the inning as the Bay Bears train Montilla at third base. Sons of Bay Bears tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 5th from Hank Aaron Stadium. We'll see the pitcher Braden Shipley lead it off, followed by Raul Navarro and Socrates Brito. Last 3 innings, the leadoff man has gotten on base for the Bay Bears to start an inning. In the 2nd and 3rd, that man came in and scored, but the Suns bucked that trend with a scoreless 4th inning with Chipper Smith on the mound. Now the lefty deals his first pitch, a fastball for a strike in the lower inside corner to the pitcher Braden Shipley, who struck out looking his first time up. This game deadlocked at 2. Smith delivers. Fastball swung on. A soft fly ball into center field. Running in on it is Wilson. He will make the catch, tells Austin Nolan, the shortstop. That one's his, and it is. For the first out, top of the order back to the plate with Raul Navarro. Suns and Bay Bears tied at 2 in this bottom of the 5th inning. Well, a former Jacksonville Sun made some headlines earlier today, or yesterday, I should say. Jake Marisnik. Big Fudge, remember him? Midseason All-Star in the Southern League back in 2013. Breaking ball's taken for strike one. Pitchers love, of course, getting double plays, but last night Jake Marisnik did something that rarely happens. He's a center fielder. Fastball missing low. Counts at 1-1 to Navarro. He singled his last time up. Well, in the fourth inning, Astros were trailing the Angels 1-0. Breaking ball, taken for a strike, 1-2. Of course, Marisnik was traded from the Marlins to the Astros in the Jared Kozar deal. While Astros starter Colin McHugh gave up a single to Albert Pujols. That brought up Matt Joyce. Here's the 1-2. Swing, a line drive going to center field. Right to Kenny Wilson again. He makes the catch, his second of the inning, or the second out. Two gone, Socrates Brito to the plate. No one on base. We're tied at 2 between the Suns and Bay Bears in the fifth inning in Mobile. While Pujols was on base, Joyce was at the plate. He had a little flare to shallow center field. Marisnik got on his horse, tracked it down for the second out. But meanwhile, Pujols, maybe a little unaware of how many outs there were. Smith with the breaking ball taken for a strike to Brito. Pujols had taken off. He had rounded second base. He was easy pickings for a force out at first. Here's the 0-1 swing, the slow bouncing ball right to the second baseman. Bones got it on to first to end the inning. Well, to make a long story short, well, the Suns and the Bay Bears in game 4 of 5 here tonight from Mobile. Coming up next Thursday night, the Suns, of course, will be at home taking on the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, and it will be a fun time. It's Thursday night throwdown, Nurses Night, and College Night. All college students getting $5 admission by showing their student ID at the Suns box office. Also, hospital workers have been in for only $5 with an employee ID. And also that night, you can enjoy Buds for $1. 2-for-1 cocktails as part of Thursday Night Throwdown, as once again, the hottest spot in Jacksonville is Reagan Field. That's all presented by Budweiser, Jameson, Jägermeister, Malibu Rum, Jim Beam, Buzz Magazine, 95.1 WAPE, and Mavericks. The post-game party will be there. Mavericks at the Jacksonville Landing. If you'd like tickets to next Thursday's game, a 7 to 5 start time between the Suns and Wahoos, all you have to do is call 358-2846 or go online to jacksuns.com. Bottom of the 6th inning, still a tie game at 2 between the Suns and the Bay Bears. Chipper Smith floats in a curveball for strike 1 to Brandon Drury. Drury, Flores, Montilla, 3, 4, and 5 in the order due up for Mobile. Drury is 1 for 2. Fastball just off the plate. Counts even at 1-1. Chipper Smith, very, very efficient through his first 5 innings. Fastball swung on, a grounder going right to the shortstop, Nola Fields. Slings the throw to first in time for the out. I mentioned that Shipley was at 90 pitches through 5 innings, while Chipper was only at 58 through his first 5 innings on the mound. Allowed single runs in the second and the third. He's working on back-to-back scoreless innings, and also Smith has set down the last 7 batters in a row ever since a leadoff walk to Gerson Montilla in the 4th inning. It's Rudy Flores to the plate. 1 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time up on a play that put Mobile in front. Breaking ball taken for a strike. Suns are trying to turn 2. The throw to try and retire Flores at first from Justin Bone went wide. And that scored Raul Navarro to put the Bay Bears in front 2-1. Suns would then tie the game in the 4th inning on the RBI single by Lopez. That's fouled away by Flores. Quickly down the count, 0-2. Suns have not had to have the bullpen going. Chipper Smith, his spot is due up first in the top of the 7th inning. So we'll see what the Suns do with Chipper. Much more on track compared to his last start against Chattanooga, where he was roughed up in that wild game. Fastball off the plate. It's now 1-2 to Rudy Flores. Big game last night with 2 homers. Someone that hit 28 homers last year for Visalia. Breaking ball off the plate. Count even 2 balls and 2 strikes between Smith and Flores. 6th inning, we always take a look at what the Miami Marlins are up to. They're just waiting to play. That swung on, fouled away. In about 30 minutes, they'll get going from San Francisco. And the Giants, game 2 of the series last night. Real strong win by Miami, 4-2 to continue the road trip. Start the West Coast swing. Dan Heron really excellent on the mound. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Flores goes down swinging. Chipper Smith Get another strikeout on the night. That's his fifth. Another two gone. Here's Gerson Montilla. 8 batters in a row set down by Smith. No one on base with two gone. This game tied at 2 between the Suns and Bay Bears, bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch fastball, lower inside corner, missing for ball 1. With the wind in here, and now 4-1 on the season. Marlins had 7 runs on 17 hits. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, pops down on a play. It's 1-1. Well, the Marlins had some good news earlier today. Christian Yelich activated from the disabled list. He's back from DL after the sore back. Reed Brignac designated for assignment. Here's a swing and a line drive off the bat of Montilla into left field, a base hit. Montilla aboard. He's now had a hit every day in the series against Jacksonville. So it's good to have Christian Yelich back for the Marlins, but tonight, Borenstein comes up, lefty-to-lefty matchup. First pitch swung on, bounce foul, first base side. Strike 1 to Borenstein, who's been hit by a pitch and has also struck out. Marlins are very hopeful that Gordon will play tomorrow against the Giants. Dan Jennings, general manager, said it's precautionary to make sure it doesn't lead to something. Gordon was shaken up in the 9th inning of the Marlins' 7-2 win over San Francisco last night. Here's a breaking ball that swung on, little roller right to second. Bones got it, good throw to Rosa, in time for the out at first base. And that ends the inning. Chipper Smith, another scoreless inning where he only allows a 2-out single to Gerson Montilla. As we go to the 7th and Mobile call. All right, thank you, Kyle Crooks. Bottom third of the order due up for Mobile. Glazeman Freeman and Alex Glenn, the new left fielder, and new 9-hitter in the order for the Bay Bears. All going up against Chipper Smith, who stays on the mound into the 7th inning. Smith has kept his pitch count down. Now he is getting set to go. First man facing Glazeman. First pitch fastball, swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove for strike 1. The Suns have the bullpen going for the first time today. As right-hander Brian Ellington's warming up just down the left field line. Suns and Bay Bears tied at 2, bottom of the 7th inning. Glazeman 1 for 2 with an RBI. Cracks his foul behind home plate. It's now 0-2. Suns have Yingle in left, Wilson in center field, Lopez in right. Adams at third, Nola at shortstop, Bone at second, Rosa at first. Catching Chad Christ. On the mound, Chipper Smith. He winds and fires. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball taken for a call. Third strike. Beautiful curveball by Chipper Smith. His 6th strikeout of the night starts this bottom of the 7th inning. 1 gone. No one on base for the catcher, Ronnie Freeman. I mentioned the Suns parent club, the Miami Marlins, back in action tonight against the Giants. They'll have Jared Cozart on the mound. He's 1-2, a 2.47 ERA. Going up against the freak, Tim Lincecum. Lincecum 2-2 this year, 2.40 ERA. Christian Yelich back in the lineup for Miami. Fastball missing high. For ball 1 to Freeman, who's 0 for 2, with 1 strikeout and a fly out to right field. That's swung on, foul back. Count evens out 1-1 for Freeman, who is added to the lineup late. Mark Thomas could not go on the mound, or behind the plate, rather, for Mobile. Silvino Bronco is on the mound. In the bullpen for the Bay Bears, down the right field line, that's off the plate. Now 2 balls and 1 strike on Ronnie Freeman. And the 2-1 pitch. Fastball upstairs, now 3 balls and 1 strike. Fastball, called strike, it's now 3-2. Suns closing out this road trip tonight and tomorrow. Off on Mother's Day. Also the final round of the players. Here's the 3-2. Fastball, line foul into the seats. Remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ronnie Freeman. At home against the Blue Wahoos. Interesting to see if Jacksonville can win another golden skillet. The Suns have held on to the skillet for the last 3 years, ever since the trophy was created. Here's a fastball swung on, a line drive going just past a running second baseman Bone into right field for a base hit. Bone nearly laid out to try and make that catch, but it probably would have made a difference as Freeman collects a 1-out single. Now lefty versus lefty matchup coming up as Alex Glenn will get his first at-bat of the night. Glenn took over in the top of the inning as part of a double catch. Glenn's hitting .209, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. He's played in all but, well, now with this game appearance, he's now played in every game for the Bay Bears this year. Lefty batter, facing the lefty pitcher. First pitch breaking ball from Smith, off the plate, low and outside, 4-1. Smith having to face Glenn for the first time. Here's the 1-0. Glenn takes outside. Count at 2-0. Glenn so far in the series 2 for 11. He does have a triple to his credit. Last night he went 0 for 4. Game the Bay Bears won 11-4 over Jacksonville. Freeman at first, 1 gone, 2-0 pitch, is swung on, a hard roller down the first base line, foul, rolling all the way to the Bay Bears bullpen down the right field line. Smith now at 85 pitches, counted. 2 balls, 1 strike. Long steer by Chipper at first base. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball off the plate. Count now at 3-1 to Glenn. Waiting on deck, Raul Navarro. And you have Socrates Brito, Brandon Drury. Top third of the order is coming up next. Suns and Bay Bears tied at 2. This game's been tied ever since the top of the 4th inning. Carlos Lopez had an RBI single to even the score at 2. Here's a 3-1. Curveball in the dirt, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, according to the umpire down the third base line, Garrett Patterson. He's actually standing next to second base with the runner at first. So the count now full on Glenn at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Glenn tapping the bat on home plate a couple of times with the count full at 3-2. Freeman will be taking off here. And the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Glenn will strike out looking. Now there are 2 gone in the inning. Smith with his 7th strikeout. And before Raul Navarro comes to the plate, let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID. This is the Suns Baseball Network.
Your home for Jacksonville Suns baseball. WBOB Jacksonville. AM 600 and FM 100.3. The Answer.
Welcome back to Hank Aaron Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. Roger Hoover, glad to be back with you in this 7th inning as the entire infield comes together for the Jacksonville Suns. Manager David Berg is out. He'll take the baseball away from Chipper Smith. Smith with one of his finer outings of the season tonight. He leaves this game with a score still tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning, but Brian Ellington jogging in. We'll tell you more about Ellington and what he has coming up in a moment as we step aside here on the Suns Baseball Network.